dreams of competing one day in the Currie Cup, the toughest rugby arena of all. Because there in the heat of the Currie Cup battle, heroes are born that you and I will never forget. And because we want this tradition to live on, Santam Bank is sponsoring Currie Cup Rugby. Santam Bank is the bank for people like you and me, and we believe in the future of South Africa. We open doors for rugby.
Well, what an atmosphere here. Dave Stewart sitting next to me knows this ground so well. He says he's never seen Newlands fuller. It's bright, sunny, it's about 30 degrees, and it is really a fantastic day for rugby. There are the teams, and as you see, Western Province, exactly as expected, captained by Carl du Plessis. The latest news is they're all fit and raring to go. Powerful pack of forwards, and we're about to have the kickoff. That is Chris Smith. There's the Transvaal team. And once again, they tell me, I saw the manager of the side, Pete Malani, said they're all exceptionally fit and very enthusiastic. Dave, I think we've got a real showpiece of rugby football here.
Yes, as you said, I haven't seen the ground like this. It's electric. It looks like Transvaal have won the toss. There's a little breeze. It's been pretty steady all day. It's been quiet all day, actually, but this little breeze has come up during the curtain raise, and it looks like Transvaal will be playing into it, and Western Province kicking off.
So Transvaal may have a slight advantage, but it's really not a big wind, as one has so often seen. And so I don't think it'll be a great advantage to have won the toss here. It's not one of those days where the side playing with the wind has got to ensure that they get a big lead at half-time in order to have a chance in this match. Referee, as you've seen already, Mr. Steve Stradom, international referee, has refereed international matches in Paris at that great stadium there, and at Murrayfield. There is Carl du Plessis, been described as a prince of wings. What a fine captain. And there it is, the kick-off, and wait for it. Lappies Labuschagne going up for it, number 5, and look at those Province chaps go tearing in there. And Skalknodia with the first kick of the game. He isn't going to find touch. Under it, Kalaskolz. And up there is Rademeyer, but the referee has said offside. What do Province want? Do they want a scrum? They've decided to have a scrum from where the ball was kicked. And someone in front of Skalknodia, and not put on side. So now we're going to have the first scrum of the game. What will this powerful Transvaal front row do today? If they have an advantage, Transvaal, perhaps it is in the front row of the scrum, perhaps it is at scrum half, and almost every other position, the pundits say Western Province, a fine all-round, well-rounded side, have certainly a bit of an edge in the three quarters. Pretty Pereira. And offside, says the referee. He points to Val Bartman. He was in front of that last line of feet when the ball was still in the scrum, and very quickly, Mr. Stradom, penalty to Western Province, and a big advantage if they can get the first points on the board.
Yes, well, that was an important feature of the game. It's something that's going to influence this game, the scrumming. And I must say that first scrum, Province looked very steady on their ball, where, you know, normally on your ball you don't get as good a shove as your opponents do.
Well, Gary Knight, that great New Zealander who had 34 test caps, did say when he was out here with the Cavaliers that the Transvaal scrum, the front row, is the strongest he's played against. He came on as a substitute 20 minutes to go, and the All Blacks played against the Transvaal, and that was his opinion of this Transvaal front row of Jan Venter, and as Barabas, Chris Rogers and Piet Creer. But yeah, a very important thing, the colour schools. A fine record, particularly in this. Big crowd, pretty quiet, and he's hit it well, but has pushed it, I think, just to the right of the post. So a let off for Transvaal.
There's been a feature of Carlos Skolz's play this year. As you said, he's kicking. Those are the kicks he's missed from about that distance.
There's Skalknodia, and he's got a lot of pressure on him. Played at one stage full back for Western Province, then fly half for Northern Transvaal during that whole time half quarter row. Neil Hugo taking it, helped in there by his forwards, and who'll get this ruck? Freddie Ferreira back to Chris Smith, and he gets the attention of Skalknodia coming out quickly. There's Kirkham, and Leon Kirkham. There's not much else he could do. It wasn't a bad kick that. He had to take it outside his 22. He couldn't mark, and the rolling kick was the safest thing in the circumstances. So territorially, it's been all Western Province so far. Here's Sean Currie. matches for Western Province. Most capped of all the province players here. And that's good line-out possession. Good ball from the ruck. Chris Smith. And a testing one, a very testing one. Under it is Rademacher. No, Diani Tiet is there. Rogers doing good work for Transvaal, but it's all Western Province. Can they get it back? This is an important ruck, but Transvaal to Kirkham. And the relieving kick. Oh, Leon Kirkham will be pleased about that one. There he is, number 11 on his back. An accountant. Originally played with Stellaland. Played soccer up until the age of about 19. So Transvaal just in Western Province half of the field for the first time in this match, and we've had nearly 4 minutes. Mr. Quaden making sure that they are that half metre apart, the two lines in the line-out. And the run by Transvaal at the back there. Skalknordia, there's a good up and under. That's going to be outside the 22. Well taken by Carlos-Colt, but he couldn't mark it up. There's Dries Maritz following up quickly. And who's going to get the ball from the ruck? Freddie Ferreira does. Chris Smith, he's a left-footed player. And Hembers Rademacher very quick up to try and charge the ball down. But good work by Chris Smith.
Well, that was the perfect up and under, and that's off the Carlos-Colt. He took it beautifully, and he stayed on his feet, and he managed to actually get the province back in behind him. They made ground before Chris Smith won that ball, got the one ball and picked it up.
Now, this is the first time Transvaal are going to throw it, and it's quite significant. They have decided against the two-man line-up. It's a full line-up of all 7 of their forwards there. He's got Dan Badenhorst at 2. He's got Lapis Labuskaghni at 4. And at the back was Jannie Breed. Dan Badenhorst was who tapped it back very quickly through, and that is Val Bartman into Badenhorst. But a crunching tackle there by Neil Hugo. Congratulated by Keith Andrews. Keith Andrews, number 3 for Western Province. One of the most improved players in this province side this year. Transvaal lining very shallow on the Western Province ball. Freddie Ferreira, Chris Smith under pressure from Skalknordia. Out on the full. Well, I think that Skalknordia was responsible. And here is the Transvaal ploy of 2 men in the line-out. Jannie Breed and Dan Badenhorst. Jannie Breed right at the back. And there's a good little dummy by him. Back to Badenhorst. And setting up the second phase. There it is. Went off his knee. It's not a knock forward, Labuskaghni. But it's Chris Smith to the rescue. And a charge down. Hicha van Assen going to score. And it's a try for Transvaal. Hicha van Assen scored. The charge down. And an opportunist try for Transvaal puts them into the lead after less than 6 minutes play. A try there by Hicha van Assen of Transvaal. An opportunist try.
Well, here is, we have it again. That started from a short line-out. And Chris Smith a little careless there, with Hugo van Assen right on him, trying to clear. But they said that Transvaal couldn't score tries off their short line-outs. Well, that was a try that came off a short line-out.
And here's Leon Kirkham for the extra 2 points, and it's there. It's a beautiful kick. 6 points converted by Leon Kirkham. So 6 points to 0. There's Leon Kirkham. That'll put him right for the game. He'll be delighted. He's taken over the responsibility of kicking from Skalknordia. Plays for Wanderers. Very versatile chap. He's played left wing, he's played right wing, he's played full-back for Transvaal. Chris Smith starting off again. Under his Lapis Labuskaghni. Taken by Badenhorst. Rogers is there. And knocked forward, says the referee. Sean Povey, number 2, getting his front row together. Big responsibility on the Western Province front row. Can they hold this Transvaal front row? 3 great players in the Transvaal jerseys. Freddie Ferreira, back to Chris Smith. Hochi van Heerden, Papa Knutzer. And beautifully through a gap and tackled by Skalknordia from behind. I think that was knocked forward, but the referee, no, it wasn't. Over there on the far side, Clark Ellis ending up with it. There's Carlo Duplessis.
There's a clever decoy move there with all eyes on Carlo Duplessis. Papa Knutzer kept going, but a very good tackle there.
Western Province right on the attack. They're no more than 10 metres from the Transvaal line. Right at the back, Gert Small tapping it back. Coming through is Val Bartman. Good work by Skalkberger. Leaning up for Province. Blindside here. This is dangerous. Fafakanutsa could score here. He's going to score. Yes, he has. Fafakanutsa has scored for Western Province. A very good piece of work on the blind side. Opportunist stuff. Fafakanutsa cutting inside his man. And a very good try for Western Province. There he is, Fafakanutsa. Here it is again, Dave.
Started from a line out and very nicely cleaned up by Skalkberger Lock. And then out to the blind side, and Fafakanutsa, a beautiful little dummy, and watch him take off his right foot. 2 men, and then took 2 of them over the line. He's a very powerful man around the hips and legs.
Here it is again from the other side. Watch Fafakanutsa coming into the gap on the inside, cutting inside Kirkham, and Yanni Tiet is there, but he's clearly over with his momentum and his power. And can Kalliskolts level the scores from about 13 metres in from the far touchline? You'll hear the crowd. Well, you didn't hear the crowd, so it means that it is 6 points to 4. Transvaal leading by a goal to a try by Western Province. And certainly a pulsating game so far. And this huge crowd, absolute capacity crowd. And I've never seen such an atmosphere as there was around this ground for 2 or 3 kilometres. I parked my car. Normally would have taken me 20 minutes, but it took me an hour. I couldn't get past the people who were so interested in what was going on. And there's the ball hanging beautifully in the air. Under it, Bill Nieuwoud and Skalkberger. And knocked forward. Transvaal will scrum. That's big Don Badenhorst, number 4. Formerly played for Griquas, as indeed did Dion Lotter. So the 2 chaps who played for Griquas and West, one on either side. Now John Robbie, I think it's the first time he's putting the ball into the scrum. Well held in the back row by Jannie Breert. Controlled. That ball is out. They can go anywhere they like. And referee let it go. Once the ball is out, of course, then the players are no longer offside. There's Freddie Ferreira, a man from Potensi. That's him again. Freddie Ferreira. Transvaal, Jannie Breert. Little kick ahead. And referee says there was not a late tackle. Referee with his arms out. That's indicating that that was unintentional. Jannie Breert went down, but he was following his own kick. It was not an intentional late tackle. So they'll take the line out. There is Carlo Duplessis, one of 3 brothers who's played for the Springboks. As a deep throw. And one Transvaal will expect to get. Well controlled by Transvaal. Val Bartman, tackled by Bill Nieuwoud. And the second phase, Transvaal will get it, I think, but the referee said it went forward. And they'll scrum with the Western Province ball. Dave Stewart and I are watching with intense interest. I think we've better declared Dave played for Western Province and I played for Transvaal.
So hopefully we're going to give you an unbiased view of the game.
We'll certainly do our best. And so far, there is certainly no spectator here who can complain about what they have been served up with. It's been tremendous rugby. It's hard out. It's a hot day. And there's a tremendous battle in the front row. John Robbie overrunning it. And there's enthusiasm. John Robbie just overrunning the ball. There he is. Had 9 caps for Ireland. Played for the British Lions. And that's a good kick. Good kick by Kalliskolts. Line out will be almost on the halfway line. 12 minutes gone. 6 points to Transvaal, 4 to Western Province. 1 try each. And that's a pretty fair reflection of the play so far.
Well, it's pretty even so far. I see that's Keith Andrews with a knee injury. He's had a pretty exciting time this weekend. He was chosen as the University of Cape Town Sportsman of the Year last night.
Well, there's rugby enthusiasm here. I went to a splendid dinner last night, the False Bay Rugby Club, and what a great crowd of chaps, especially, they were all there, the 3rd team and the 4th team and the under-20Bs. That's what's the heart of a club, your reserve strength, and there was great spirit. And the great spirit at Newlands today, as people, many of them have taken their shirts off over in the far side, basking in the sun. The swimming pool opposite the Newlands Hotel was pretty full. So that gives an idea of the weather. Good tap back into the hands of Freddie Ferreira. Inside is Skalkberger. And a good drive by Western Province. Dion Lotter doing good work. Keith Andrews in the middle of it too. And Freddie Ferreira out to Chris Smith. There's Jorge van Heerden. Good little chip ahead. Kirkham is there. And picked up by Dion Lotter. But it was knocked forward. That was good work there. They looked full of running there, Dave.
Yes, that was a good drive. That's probably the best driver, the best control in the loose, because Province had a very good opportunity on the goal line just now, lost control of the ball.
John Robbie in front of his post, about 30 metres out. Good shot by Province. Skalknordeer, the reverse kick right across field to the left, being chased by Kirkham. Awkward bouncing one, Clark Ellis. Another versatile player, Clark Ellis. He's played for Province on the wing. Doesn't mind playing left wing or right wing. He's played full-back. University of Cape Town. Very fine, natural runner. Good ball player.
We see another short line-out trick.
Yes, well, this is Transvaal's ploy against Natal in the semi-final. They did this from the very beginning. And Jannie Breed is very clever with all the different moves and permutations. That time, Dion Lotter got it. And out it comes to Gert Small. Running into trouble, tackled by Badenhorst. John Robbie running with it inside to Andries Fourie. Lapis Labuschagne was there, and there's a good charge by Barabas Rufenta, former Free Stater, loose head prop.
So I think Gert Small would have done better to keep that ball moving out. This has been, everybody has said to Province, this is the way to play against Transvaal, move the ball out, and he brought it straight back in again. They lost it to Robbie.
Well, perhaps the loose forward should get out of the way of the backs on an occasion like that. So that's Jannie Breed being well tackled. Papa Knutzer right in the thick of it there. The referee has decided that ball was dead, and he'll give it to the side who were moving forward. Unless he can be certain that one side has deliberately been responsible for the breakdown in the play. The new law, which was changed 2 months ago, is that the side going forward will get the foot in. Transvaal holding it cleverly. Skalknordeer to Hugo van Ast. There's Rhys Maritz, veteran of 135 matches for Transvaal. Rademeyer inside to Andries Fourie, trying to keep it in. But Chris Smith running up and booting it out.
That Transvaal scrum looking very solid.
Well, Transvaal will try and play it fairly tight in the scrums. Western Province, by contrast, will want to move it down the back line. Neil Hugo there, but there's a loose ball being followed by Barabas Venter. Transvaal gaining ground all the time. As you can see there, they're within about 13, 14 metres of the Western Province line. Chris Rogers to throw in, and it's a full line out. There's Jannie Breed, Andries Fourie behind him. And good work by Transvaal. Robbie, and he thought of doing a drop kick, and Skalknordeer still with it. Robbie reversing play, back to him as Rademeyer, and his drop kick nearly charged down by Neil Hugo certainly had the effect of putting it off course, and Western Province with plenty of time to dot it down for a 22 drop. 16 minutes gone.
Transvaal in the score, certainly looking a lot more assured than Western Province around the fringes.
John Robbie with plenty of time, out to Skalknordeer. Not a particularly good kick by Skalknordeer. Has given Kalle Scholz all the time that he wants, but he hasn't found touch. He's found Jannie Tit. Jannie Tit trying to keep it in play, and that's not a bad up and under, but a good mark. Good mark there, under a lot of pressure by Kalle Scholz. Big crowd appreciating that good bit of play.
He's a very valuable player in those situations, Kalle Scholz. You know, he's a man of about 6'4". He's a big chap. And he doesn't get moved too easily.
There, that was a kick with his left foot. It's a normal right footer. And Transvaal, there's Chris Rogers, former Rhodesian. Hard man, hard scrum. And the two-man line out again. This time it's down Badenhorst. And a little dummy, and is that a high tackle? I think that was a high tackle. Yes, a high tackle by Ferreira, Andries Maritz, and a penalty to Transvaal from pretty well straight in line with the left post and well within the compass of...
Here we have it. We wouldn't think that a little fellow like Freddie Ferreira could ever have a high tackle.
Here is Currie. 6 points to 4. Transvaal leading. 18 minutes gone in the first half. Currie, he's hit it well, and the flags are up, and it's 9 points to 4. Transvaal leading by a goal and a penalty to a try by Westmore. Here it is again. Watch this high tackle coming up. There's Dries Maritz, number 12, coming, and there is Freddie Ferreira going around the neck, and the referee not in any doubt at all. Very easy decision, and Transvaal leading by 9 points to 4. 18 minutes gone. And under it is down Badenhorst, but very quickly up Neil Hugo. John Robbie taking advantage there. Out to Jannie Breed. Jannie Breed, a lovely dummy. And looking to pick up support. Andries Currie is there. Good crunching tackle. And the blind side to Scout Nordia. That's not a bad kick. He bounced it inside play. Very good gaining ground kick there by Scout Nordia.
Jannie Breed has certainly been the personality of this game so far. He's really his presence is there. He must be a very valuable man in that side. I see he's injured himself now. It looks like a hand injury.
Well, we hope it's not serious, because Jannie Breed has certainly stamped his personality on this Transvaal side. He's a splendid chap, both on and off the field. Quiet man, and he really has done well for Transvaal. So we have had now nearly 20 minutes in the first half. We had the first try was scored by Hugo van As when he charged on a kick, converted by Currie, 6-0. Then that try by Fafa Knutser made it 6-4, and a penalty by Leon Currie made it 9 points to 4. So it's 9 to Transvaal, 4 for Western Province. As for the next 20 minutes, we go over to our colleagues Christa Olivier and Tiny Nietla.
Maar die man wat die besering gehad het, Jannie Breed, is gereed en die lyn staan kan voortgaan. In hierdie stadium baie hard voorlangs. Scout Burger uitstekende lyn staan, springwerk deur hom, goed ondersteun deur sy voorspelers. Dis Goggie van Heerden wat die bal in die hande kry van sy skrimskakel Freddie Ferreira, en hy gaan Transvaal heelwat terugjaag. Goggie van Heerden, senter van die Weselike provinsie in Stellenbosch. Marceli vir Currie die bal wegkry na Robbie, Scout Nordia, onder druk van Tiaan Strauss. Dit is 'n toets vir Kalla Skols, Hugo van As wat baie vinnig deurkom. Skols wat baie goed staan, rotsvas, maar daar was moontlike hoogvat geweest. Meneer Strydom op die plek. Bal Baartman daar terugstap. Maar 'n strafskop aan die Weselike provinsie vir die hoogvat op Kalla Skols. Skols aan die uitwees nie. Breed wat fouteer, maar gelukkig vir hom spring dit in die hande van Henpas Rademeier. Hy is binnekant sy kwartgebied en hy gaan verligting bring vir Transvaal, maar die WP het aan die proses tog verveld gewen.
'n Wedstryd wat baie hard uitgespook word hier onder die voorspelers. Albei pakke wat baie hard werk met Neil Hugo hier op nommer 2 vir Westelike provinsie, wat 'n hele paar keer baie hard in Badenhorst ingehaal het.
Neil Hugo hier langste man op die veld, 2,04 meter. Bal Baartman met daar die bal in die hande kry. Die strijd om as lyk of daar geen balbesit wil uitkom nie, dan kan hy die bal aan Transvaal toe, omdat hulle vorentoe beweeg het. John Robbie, hy besluit om aan te val. Is 'n moeilike een vir Kalla Skols, maar hy baie tyd, tas so 'n bietjie daarna. En dit is Transvaal wat tog voordeel trek uit daardie aanvalstaktiek van John Robbie. Maar sien jy die statistiek? Die lyn staan Transvaal net voor Jannie Breed wat reuse werk daar doen. Die loskrams gelyk op en strafskop by die Weselike provinsie ook voor in die stadium. Dus in die stadium op die teamtrestibbelyn van die Weselike provinsie. John Robbie. Weer 'n keer is dit een wat bedoel is om Weselike provinsie te laat omdraai. Slag goed daarin en daar weer heelwat geld gewen deur nommer 9 John Robbie, 9 toetse vir Ierland gespeel, 'n ervare speler.
Transvaal wat nog nie van sy aflyn gebruik gemaak het vanmiddag nie. Wes-provinsie al 'n paar keer die bal uitgekry na die buitesenter toe. Ons sien hier 'n besering weer eens aan Janie Breed se hand.
Ja, dit sal bitter jammer wees as hulle hierdie kaptein van hulle moet verloor. 'n Kerel wat 'n strateeg by uitnemendheid is. Slim rugby speler. Transvaal wat werklik vir jaar onder die leiding van hierdie kerel baie goed gevaar het, gedui het en ook in die lyn staan agterlangs baie waardevolle werk vir sy span doen.
'n Man wat ook besonder goed saam met John Robbie die skrimskakel speel en ook met Val Bartman sy kantman. Ons kan gerus kyk na die volgende skram terwyl die besering nou hier aan die gang is vir Piet Creer teen Bill Newt. Creer bietjie geneig om in te gaan. Ons kan kyk wat daar gebeur.
Bobby wat ingooi by die lyn staan. Chris Rogers wat gaan vasmaak. Skeieregter nie tevrede nie. 'n Transvaal wat Newlands toe gekom het met die reputasie dat hy Chris Smit loskakel wat hy daar in beeld sien. Transvaal wat Newlands toe gekom het met die reputasie dat hulle 'n geweldige pak voorspelers het. Hulle is, so die waarde sê 4 kg ligter, die gesamentlike totaal van die Transvaal pak, die van die WP Chris Smit wat by die linkervoet baie hastig moet skoonmaak en verligting bring vir die Weselike provinsie.
Ja, 'n kort lyn staan hier. Ons kan gerus dophou want die vorige 2 lyn staan het Janie Breed beslis oor die 15-3 merk gegaan voordat die bal 15-3 vertrek het.
Die taktiek is hierdie keer anders. Nie heeltemal so effektief nie oor die kop van Robbie. Skalk nou D. Dis weer een van daardie hoes. En dit is die Transvaalse spelers wat nie die 10 tree reël daar handhaaf nie. Hulle moet gepad uit daardie 10 tree area uit. Hulle doen dit nie, word gestraf. En die Weselike provinsie kry geleentheid om weer eens verligting te bring. Hulle word bietjie vasgehou hier op 'n kwartgebied. Callas Coles oorkantste kantlyn wat in die hande gekry word netjies deur Leon Kirkham. En hy gaan die WP ver terug. Ja, 'n baie goeie skop van Leon Kirkham. Callas Coles betaal die prys vir 'n buitelynskop wat nie uit is nie. Ja, hier is 'n kerel van die Weselike provinsie wat eers sweatpak uitgetrek het. Nou weer sweatpak broek aangetrek het. En Son Bobby gaan ingooi. Transvaal wat daar die bal sal wil hê, dis 'n uitstekende platform om van aan te val as hulle hom kan kry, maar die bal word toegelees, so nooit is te nimmer nie.
Moet sê die ingooi van Bobby nog nie na wense heel middag nie. Hoop hy kry vir Skalkburger en vir Newlands later. Goeie skram van die WP die keer, maar dit is toch Transvaal wat hom kry. Robbie skalk nou die onder op die knieë, nie 'n maklike aangee nie. Dit is die Weselike provinsie wat dit uitbuit. Transvaal wat geld verloor, maar WP of Transvaal wat tog weer die losbal wen. Robbie wat 'n bietjie rond dartel, dan die bal verloor. WP val op hom 'n bietjie los. Daar die swak bal uiteindelik gekom omdat Piet Creer nie vir Bill Newt aangevat het in die skram nie. Newt wat dit reg kry om vir Creer dwars te druk in die skram.
Weselike provinsie manne wat daar om aan 'n man staan, die Transvaalers bietjie weg staan. Janie Breed wat seker in hierdie stadium baie tevrede is. En dit lyk of Son Bobby die veld wil verlaat. William Cockrell wat net nou ook in die beeld was, wat besig is om gereed te maak. Son Bobby, natuurlik 'n kerel soos hy hier afgestap kom, wat vandag hier speel in sy 6de Currie-beker eindstryd. Dit ewenaar die rekord van Ivan Sarfontein en Rob Lou. Maar dit lyk of daar die been van hom plan. William Cockrell, wat aan opdraf, nommer 16. Kry sy applaus van hierdie groot skare. En hy gaan in die middel van die skramsak. Bouwie se 93ste wedstryd ook wat hy vir die WP gespeel het. Jammer dat dit op so 'n manier vir hom moet eindig. Die kop van Cockerell daar uit by die eerste skram. En dit sal baie interessant wees om te sien hoe die manne mekaar se sake nou gaan werk. Liewe hakker, Cockerell. Net binnekant WP se halfgebied waar Freddy Ferreira wag vir hierdie bal. Chris Smith laag onder op sy tone. Vat hy die bal baie goed raak. Skop hy na die oorkant toe. Baie netjies beoordeel. Een wat net binnekant die speelveld grondvat. En die WP die het verveld gewen.
Ja, Chris Smith natuurlijk 'n skopper met sy linkervoet, maar 'n pragtige skop daar met sy regtervoet.
Hy is natuurlijk ook een van slegs 6 seuns wat vir sowel die Suid-Afrikaanse rugby as skolespanne diens gedoen het. Chris Rogers, oud Zimbabweër, oorgestuur deur Daan Barnard. Skalk met die onder druk van Gert Smal. Maar hy was binnekant sy kwartgebied is nie uit nie. Clark Ellis speel heel agter vir die Aitjies. Regtervleuel vanmiddag baie goed in posisie. Hy beproef die Transvaalers met daardie hoë bal wat in die hande gekry word deur Jannie Breed. By hom is dit Ellis. Die WP voorspelers wat kop insteek, nie 'n stryd om nie tevrede nie. Bal is vorentoe geslaan. Gras so 'n bietjie korter vir my Tiny van Newlands as normaalweg, maar tog sag en miskien 'n bietjie swaarder vir die binnelandse spelers as wat hulle graag sou wou hê.
Baie goeie oppervlakte om op te skrim.
Skalk nou die Harry een, die gaan hoegenaamd nie waar hy dit bedoel het nie. Trek heeltemal na die oorkant toe hy haak hom direk uit en die WP trek voordeel. Ludee wat natuurlik sy eerste provinsiale rugby vir die Weselike provinsie op heel agter gespeel het. Karel Du Plessis wat gesels. En buiten die kwartlyn van Transvaal. Freddy Ferreira het hom. Transvaal wat baie vinnig deurkom. Skalk Ludee wat kan verligting bring en hierdie keer gaan hy geen fout maak nie. Is die binnekant sy kwartgebied en hy bring heel wat verligting. Ludee.
En Kooi het nog nie vandag gewerk vir die Weselike provinsie nie. Die manne van Alskalk Burger wat bekend is daarvoor vir pragtig spring in die lyn staan, het nog nie een keer by daardie bal uitgekom.
Ons gaan kyk hoe gou Cockerell sy slotte kan vind en dit is Hugo wat baie netjies daar is. Fafa Knoetse, Karel Du Plessis, dis Chris Smith hier van agteraf. Word in die wanneer hy neergetrek word, probeer hy uitgee. Dit is nie baie goed nie. Dit is agter die rug van Kalaskos verby en Transvaal trek voordeel daaruit. Wen heel wat veld in die proses. Maar dit was 'n belovende beweging deur die WP. Goeie verdediging deur Transvaal. Transvaal weer eens, waar is hy nie vir Bill Nieuwoud. Moskopstad. Hier 'n kortlynstand taktiek deur Transvaal. Dan Barnard, John Robbie, Val Bartman. Hy gaan tweede fase afdwing. Robbie sien dat Barabbas Venter sy agterlyn van hom afsny. Hy het geen ander keuse nie as om te probeer skop nie. Skil van die kant van die voet af. En dit beteken 'n lynstand. Reg by die plek waar hy geskop het.
Ja, Weselike provinsie besig om Transvaal se kort lynstande te neutraliseer.
Dus weer eens Hugo op nommer 2. Word ondersteun. Freddy Ferreira. Chris Smith. Kyk waar wat hom onder sy knieë raak. Voggie van Heerden. Word ingewaag deur Jannie Breed en nog 'n paar Transvaalers. Breed word dit in die hande kry. Hierdie karel speel 'n reuse wedstryd. Word deur Gert Smal onderste bo geloop. Robbie kry dit tog. Skalk nou die. Skop daar in die leë kassie. Kalaskos en Gert Smal wat moet terugval. En dit is Kalaskos wat skop in die hande van John Robbie. Hy gaan terugval. En uitskop aan die oorkant van die veld. En ons het 'n lyn staan. Kalaskos. En dis Mitchell. Goed gespring andermaal deur Neil Hugo. Freddy Ferreira, Chris Smith, verby van wat moet sy goggie van Heerden. Ook verby Karel Du Plessis na Kalaskos. Dis weer Karel Du Plessis, kom maar by Dries Marits verby. Hy is op die aanval. beproef die Transvaalse verdediging met hierdie hoë Jannie Tiet onder die bal, verloor hom. Die Weselike provinsie soek hom, maar meneer Strydom die bemerk daar 'n oortreding, beduie dan Goggie van Heerden. Blykbaar die man geloop voordat hy die bal gehad het. En hier is 'n strafskop aan Transvaal.
Ja, terwyl ons die besering daar het en een van die Transvaalse spelers, Wes-provinsie, is nou besig om die bal lig te gee, om die pak voorspelers van Transvaal oor die veld te ruk. En te kyk of hulle sodoende die pak kan moeg maak en dan later met hulle pak voorspelers in die spel weer in te kom.
Nou, die Weselike provinsie se agterlyn wat volpalle lyk, Skalk Burger wat hier teruggestap kom. Bietjie gedagtes wissel daar met Cockrell die haker, beduie vir hom seker hoe hy moet ingooi, hoe hy nie moet ingooi nie. Belangrik dat 'n verstandhouding vinnig opgebou word. Vir dusver gaan dit baie goed met Mitchell, of ten minste Cockrell se verhouding met Neil Levo. Barabbas Venter wat daar opstaan, hy is die kerel wat die besering gehad het. En dus Skalk Nodee wat geleentheid dan kry om hierdie oortreding van die Weselike provinsie uit te buit met 'n strafskop. En nie uitwees nie, Kalas Kols op sy 10 stippellyn na Karel Du Plessis. Dis 'n gevaarlike kerel as hy nie hardloop raak. Word gestuit deur die Transvaalers. Chris Smit, Kalas Kols weer aan die agterlyn. Oorkant se kantlyn toe. Jannie Tiet wat ver moet hardloop. Kry dit tog van die hande. Binnekant sy kwartgebied is hy skop, maar die Weselike provinsie het verveld gewen. Transvaal wat voorloop. Daar bly so 6 minute speeltyd oor voor rustyd. Andries Fourie wat dit wegkry na Barabbas Venter. Weer voorspelers wat verhoed dat die Transvaalers verder kom met die maalbeweging. John Robbie las Skalk Nodee. En hy gaan geen kanse waag nie. Doen wat onder die omstandighede vir hom sekerlik die beste is. Jag die Weselike provinsie baie ver terug trouens tot die binnekant halfgebied.
As jy mens ook kyk na die voorspelers, as hulle aanstap hier na die lyn staan toe, kan jy sien dat hulle al so amper 35 minute agterderig het.
Dis Chris Smit, loskader van die WP, maar nou is die aandag gevestig op die lyn staan, is weer Neil Hugo wat goed spring. Currie Ferrara, die kry 'n horde Transvaalse voorspelers daar saam met die bal. WP wat moet bal gooi. En dit is Transvaal wat hom daar uithaal, uit na Chris Smit. En hy met die linkervoet jag hom uit aan die oorkant van die veld. Dis Papa Kloetse wat so slag daar oor die kop via Chris Smit wat nader gestap kom. As statistiek enigstens 'n maatstaf is, dan benader die Transvaalers seker hierdie wedstryd met gemengde gevoelens. Net 7 van die vorige 25 eindwedstryde is deur die besoekende span gewen. Maar Transvaalers het al 3 keer Currie-beker gewen as 'n besoekende span. Hier kom die Transvaalers. Ja. Kry hom nie heeltemal aan die hande nie. Maar dan is daar 'n oortreding deur Transvaal.
Een van sy spelers wat teruggekom het, die bal van verkeerde kant af gespeel daar.
Lyk of hy daar na Andries Fourie beduie en Kalas Kols beduie hy wil paal op die skop. Sien dat Transvaal nog steeds daar die raps 4 voorsprong, 1 voorsprong het in die lyn staan en die loskrams is hulle ook voor vaskoppe nog geen nie en die Weselike provinsie wat 5 keer al 'n strafskoppe gekry het nadat Transvaal gestraf is. En hier is Kalas Kols. Nou, hy het in 43 Currie-beker wedstryde, daar sien jy die afstand, dis lank. 43 Currie-beker wedstryde het hy 497 punte aangeteken. Hy het reeds 2 pogingspale toe gehad. Was nie in een van daardie 2 gevalle suksesvol nie. As hy met hierdie skop kan slaag, voeg hy 3 punte by en dan is dit ook sy 500ste punt in Currie-beker rugby. Goed getref. Kan nie daar wees nie. Skalk Nodee wat dit in die hande kry. Dis 'n hoë Freddie Ferrara onder hom hier in die diskant, maar dis 'n reuse skop van Skalk Nodee. Hy was so 10-12 tree van sy doellyn af toe hy vasgetrap het. En hy jaag hom uit hier aan die diskant van die veld en hy sien die ver binne die WPL gebied. Transvaal 9, die Weselike provinsie 4, 3 minute speeltyd wat oorbly. Mitchell wat ingooi, Piet Kreur wat hom daar kry, Robbie, Skalk Nodee, Transvaal val aan, Hugo van As. In die leekassie, Kalas Kols nie lekker in die hande kan kry. Dit was 'n moeilike een onder op sy tone op volle vaart. Transvaal, as daar nie voordeel is nie, die van die vaste skrim minstens kry. baie goed geplaaste skoppie gewees deur Van As. Daar in die leekassie waar Skols nie dadelik kon bykom nie. Kon dit nie beheer nie, het was 'n moeilike bal en Transvaal dwing die skram af. Dis 'n ewige stryd. WP skram wat goed staan. Robbie wat hom hoekvlag toe stuur. Klaak alles wat hom in die hande kry. Hy moet skop want hy was buite sy doelgebied toe hy hom in die hande gekry het. Dan Baatmors wat raak van op die 10 trefstappellyn. En hier kom Transvaal. Janie Breed in die hande van Hugo van As. Dis bedoel vir Hempas Rademeier. Gaan dit vir hom regspring. Van As kry dit self en nee, dit spring tog verkeerd vir hom. Chris Smit kry dit in die hande. Hy ry die situasie vir die Weselike provinsie. Benoude oomblikke vir die streeptruie. Transvaal hier aan die einde van die eerste helfte sterk op die aanval.
Ons kan gerus na hierdie lyn staan kyk, die Transvaal se 2 slotte Badenmos en Labeskaf nie verneig om op die rug te spring van die Wes-provinsie se 2 springers.
Chris Rogers 4 toets op sy kerstog hierdie Karel. Dion Lotter wat daar deurkom. Kersmal wat vorentoe dribbel as die bal losspat. Daar is reeds vorentoe geklap deur die Weselike provinsie. Ons kyk na hierdie vaste skram. Transvaal wat hom nou kry Robbie skalk nou die Dries Marits. Hy soek die gaping in die Agigo van As wat dit vorentoe dribbel. Kalas Kols, daar word gewag vir voordeel. Clark Ellis aan die oorkant. Skop verveld op direk uit. Meneer Strydom sien dat daar nie voordeel is nie en hier waar die bal vorentoe geklap is deur die Transvaalers het ons 'n vaste skram. Ja, ek dink die Transvaalers op die oomblik, hulle het Newlands toe gekom. Beslis nie as die gunstelinge nie, maar in hierdie stadium 9-4 voor. Rus by die wink as meer stryd om ernstig gesels. Dan Baatmos laaste opstaan. Dis die 10 trefstappellyn van die Weselike provinsie. Freddy Ferreira. En hy gaan oorkant se kant toe skop. Kirkham wat ver met hardloop. Maar daar is heel wat veld gewen vir die WP met daardie skop van Freddy Ferreira. WP wat sekerlik voor is by punte sou wil aanteken. 5 punte agterstand in hierdie stadium. Twee van Transvaalse spelers tevore al in eindstryde gespeel. Hugo wat oorstuur, Freddy Ferreira kry dit moeilik. Janie Breed wat alweer daar is. Maar meneer Strydom nie tevrede nie. Ses van hierdie WP-spelers was in verlede jaar se eindstryd teen Transvaal. Dit is 'n indrukwekkende skram deur Transvaal, maar ten minste deur Weselike provinsie, maar Transvaal kry hom tog weg. Robbie na skalk nou die en hy bring heel wat verligting. Dis nou die. Freddy Ferreira, Gert Smal in die hande van Tian Strauss. Hy word goed neergetrek deur Skalk nou die en dan is dit die Transvaalers wat daar oor die bal gaan en hier is 'n strafskop aan die Weselike provinsie.
Ja, as Weselike provinsie hierdie punte kan kry hier omtrent met 1 minuut beseringstyd oor, dan is hulle sommer weer in die wedstryd.
Kyk na Chris Smit wat die skopwerk gaan waarneem. Kalas Kols wat as ek reg onthou met 3 pogings nie sukses gehad het nie. En nou is dit Chris Smit, die loskakel, wat gaan kyk of hy nie daar die broodnodige 3 punte kan aanteken nie. 25 jaar oud. Sien dat Smit Eerste skop nou poging, eerste skop nou paal toe. By die linkervoet. Bal wat goed trek. Ja. Westelike provinsie, 3 punte by. Transvaal nog steeds voor. Die voorsprong kleiner, dis 9-7. Ons is in beseringstyd van hierdie eerste helfte. Weer Steve Strydom. Skeieregter en dan is dit Kalaskos wat om die hande kry na die afskop. Hy gaan seker maak dat hy Transvaal ver terugjaag met 'n reuse skop. En hy doen dit baie effektief.
Ja, dit was 'n baie interessante keuse daar deur Karel du Plessis om vir Chris Smit te laat skop, aangesien Clark Ellis laasweek teen Vrystaat die skopper was.
Dit is baie belangrik, die Westelike provinsie skopwerk deesdae belangrik en as die WP 3 manne het op wie hulle kan terugval, is dit altyd 'n groot bate. Word in die hande gekry daar deur Gert Smal, hy sien Karel, of tenminste dit is Jon Motter lyk dit vir my dan Chris Smit. Hy na Vafatmoetse sien vir Kirkemy voor hom. Janie Breed wat optel uit na John Robbie. Maar die diskant toe, Kalaskos netjies in posisie op sy 10-tree stippellyn. Hy gaan 'n skepskop poging probeer. Nie 'n goeie poging nie. Janie Tiet van Transvaal kry dit in die hande. Karel du Plessis, die probeer die skop daar afstorm, maar die bal is uit in die diskant. Lewendige wedstryd. John Robbie, konsentrasie op die gesig was duidelik merkbaar. As Kokkerel ingooi, Rogers wat daar deurbas, word omgedop, het nog steeds die bal in die hande. Nieuwoud en Neil Hugo by die bal naar, of het op neertrek, Robbie uit na Janie Breed. Weer na Robbie, skalk nou die. WP se agterlyn staan vlak, hy besluit om te skop. Clark Ellis kry hom in die hande, rolskop. Janie Tiet uitstekend in posisie aan die oorkant. Op sy beurt weer 'n rolskop na die oorkant toe. En die WP die is terug buitekant hulle kwartgebied. En dan as die manne gereed maak vir die lyn staan, dan blaas die rustyd fluitjie. En dit is die Westelike provinsie wat, of liewer Transvaal wat rustyd daardie 2 punte voorsprong het. Voor met 9 punte teenoor 7. So die punte gekom. Daar was dan 3 vir Transvaal deur Hugo van As. Daar was ook 'n doelskop deur Leon Kirkham en 'n strafskop van sy kant af. En vir die Westelike provinsie daar die 3 deur van Vafatmoetse en die strafskop deur Chris Smit. 9-7 dan as ons terugskakel na die ateljee in Johannesburg.
We've had TV for years. The TV set you bought then could be nearing its end now. Your new TV set, Vision Hire It. No repair or replacement hassles. And the same goes for the latest VHS video. Vision Hire It.
Daar's 'n nuwe krag in die land. Van Mazda, die magtige Magnum 3 liter V6. Nou by jou MMI handelaar. Magnum deur Mazda, 3 liter V6. Daai was nog nooit so kragtig nie.
Cooling Ice Blue Aqua Velver. Ice Blue Aqua Velver. It's like an ice cold slap in a face, kid.
Offenbakker, Offenbakker, Offenbakker met Koelenborg. Ja, Jezus, reg in die kop. Offenbakker met Koelenborg.
As jy die lewe geniet, is Koelenborg jou soort wyn. Elke glas vol beloof soveel meer. Kry dus koers met die kaart. Kry Koelenborg.
Offenbakker, Offenbakker, Offenbakker met Koelenborg.
Koelenborg, kry koers met die kaart.
Kyk, ek's 'n ou Johannesburgse voetganger. Ek ken van tussen karre deurglip. Mense raak te gewoond aan al die traffic en dan eendag, net 1 sekonde, kyk jy, maar jy dink nie.
Kyk, dink en bly leef. This is an athlete's foot, and so are these. Stop athlete's foot from attacking your family. Use my Cota. It beats athlete's foot.
And back we are here, still anybody's game. It's a penalty to each side, a try to each side. The only difference in the score is that Transvaal converted their try and Western Province didn't. And Transvaal have completed their team talk. Western Province still busy, and everybody here really enthralled. Anybody's game, and they're enjoying it, enjoying the sunshine. There are the statistics. You see Transvaal just ahead in the lineouts and the rucks, and Western Province a few more penalties. Transvaal trapped offside a few times, and what a crowd. We've had little girls and boys in yellow shirts collecting for the Chris Berger Fund, and I was asked to say thank you very sincerely to the public for their support. They're going to have a suite here for paraplegics, which will be the first one in South Africa where the paraplegics will be able to watch their rugby in great comfort. And I should think there are few people in the standing areas and not in great comfort, because it's packed. It's absolutely packed to capacity, and if anything can happen in the second half.
Yes, I think that in those lineouts, I think one of the factors there has been the difference between Robbie and Ferreira. Robbie clears up so well those taps. He clears the tap kicks, he clears the awkward ball, and Freddie Ferreira just hasn't been able to do this and do that in the first half.
And Leon Kirkham kicking off when everyone expected Scott Naudé to do that. And that's a ploy Transvaal have used quite a lot to get straight onto the attack and to get territorial advantage, with Western Province having to drop out from the 22. Still not a great deal of wind here. Nothing to give either side a particularly great advantage. What little wind there is probably in the favour of Transvaal. But good work by Neil Hugo there, grabbing that ball from line-out. In second phase, back to Chris Smith as he is chased by John Robbie. Hasn't found touch. Back for it is Jannie Breed to Jannie Tit. And Jannie Tit with plenty of time, making sure of his touch. Jannie Breed said before the game that often the side makes the fewer mistakes who wins a tussle like this. Transvaal have made quite a number of mistakes so far. Now they'll be determined to cut them out. William Cockerell, a bit of work by Province there. There's Hugo again. Chris Smith running into Van As at second phase, and ball booted on by Val Bartman. Carlos Scholz, a lot of time. Has he found touch? No. Jannie Tit took that very well. Difficult ball, and he's missed touch. Hockey van Heerden with it. The man who comes from outside Bloemfontein on the farm, and out to Carlo du Plessis, and that is Tian Strauss. Tackled by John Robbie, getting it back to his captain, but there's the cover defence, and Transvaal trying to clean up. Jannie Breed is there, and that was a scrambling piece of work by Transvaal. Western Province really all over them, Dave, and Transvaal defence in complete disarray.
Yes, what a very fine tackle by John Robbie. He read the game well there. I don't know how he got out there, but he was out there to pull Tian Strauss down. What a very, very fine tackle. One of the tackles of the game.
Western Province on the attack. And we hear the war cry of Province in the background, and the sound effects. Look at them all there in the background. About 46,000 there with that. And Scott Naudé making sure of his touch again. Province obviously wanting to rattle Transvaal into mistakes now. There it is. That's what it's all about, the Currie Cup. It's been here in Western Province for the last 4 years, and hasn't been in Transvaal since 1972. A good tap back there, but coming through is Val Bartman. He's had a quietish game so far, but he's done some useful things. Freddie Ferreira again. Chris Smith, the little kick through, but Dries Maritz is there, putting his players on side. And under Gert Small. Referee says it's not forward. And the Transvaal ball. 9 points to 7, Transvaal leading. Now we're 3 minutes into the second half. Scrum just about on the halfway line. John Robbie kicking blind side, hasn't found touch. And once again into the hands of John Robbie. And putting it forward, Chris Rogers. up there. Chris Smith, as he found touch. And a bit of a mix-up there. It's not a knock forward. Skalknordia knocked it backwards, and he recovered pretty quickly.
I think what happened, he knocked it onto Jannie Tit, and it came forward off Jannie Tit's arms possibly. But he didn't knock it on.
Right. Referee Mr. Stradham in complete control of this game. It's been a hard game, but an incredibly clean game so far. No quarter asked or given. And Province on the attack. On the Transvaal 22-meter line. Province holding that ball. And that's Fat Small. Not a very good pass to Carlo du Plessis. Tackled by Van As. And his Currie is there. John Robbie. And John Robbie wanting to steady up the game. Good rolling kick by him.
Yes, I think Western Province haven't learnt from their last game where they kept playing around the fringes and they're playing into Val Bartman's hands. He's so good in those situations. He took that ball off Kertsmal so easily. And Western Province go backwards from ball that they should be going forwards off.
It's a good ball by Neil Hugo. And will they stretch it this time? And that's Kofi van Heerden. Once again breaking close to the scrum, running in. And that is Papa Knutsa. This could be a try. And a desperation tackle by Van As. And Transvaal, that's Rademacher. Hempus Rademacher running into the Western Province forwards. Now Transvaal will want this ball from the ruck. The referee's trying to decide if it's going to emerge, and good work by Tiaan Strauss. Chris Smith inside of Freddie Ferreira. Kirkham tackling him, and Skalkberger out here too. Clark Ellis. Freddie Ferreira again, and out to the hooker, Cockrell. But Mr. Francie Muller on the spot as touch judge, saying that ball was out. But good work by Western Province. They're keeping attacking.
Yes, as soon as the ball gets out wide, Western Province looked the better team. But when they played around the fringes, when Val Bartman and Jannie Brett and John Robbie are able to control, there's no question that Transvaal are the better side.
Well, I think one has been a bit surprised that Western Province haven't stretched it more. Clark Ellis hasn't had the ball from a line movement yet, and one feels that's Western Province strength.
There we have that move again. There's Smith. Out before Van Heerden. He does slip a tackle, some poor tackling there, and Papa Knutsa on the burst. Beautiful little run. We thought he might go right there and then slow down and came back the other way and met up with the defence again. Hempus Rademacher, that was Robbie again saving, gives it on to Hempus Rademacher, and then Province won the ball again.
And the injured man looks like Tiaan Strauss, but I'm sure he seems to be all right. And Western Province right on the attack. Tiaan Strauss, who incidentally came straight from the Victorians into the Western Province side. That's the Stellenbosch second team. And when he was at school, he played centre three-quarter, and he's been quite a find for Western Province this season. It's one wonders why, Dave. You know, South Africa, we're ahead of most things, but we still play left and right. Scotland was one of the last to go to open and blind. The New Zealanders do it. Every top-class side in the world plays open and blind. And here Western Province onto the attack, swarming up there. Desperate defence by Transvaal. And Chris Rogers. And good possession. This could be a try. Papa Knutsa. And tackled by Kirkham. In there is Hugo van As. And the referee has spotted something playing on the ground. Yes, playing the ball on the ground. It's interesting looking at Tiaan Strauss and Dion Lotter. Dion Lotter would be an ideal blindside forward in the same way as Stoffberg would have been. And Rob Lowe on the Barbarians tour in Britain played open side the whole time. So effective. And one wonders why South Africa is the only country in the world of the international ones who persist in the old-fashioned left and right. That could be a talking point, perhaps.
Yes, well, I think one of the factors against having a blindside man all the time, he's got a lot of ground to cover. He's got to get from blindside to blindside, which is probably an extra 10 metres each time. That is one of the arguments against.
On the other hand, you can have a specialist open side chap who's quicker and the sort of third lock on the other side, which all of the overseas sides. You can't imagine Mark Shaw, for instance, playing on the open side the same way as Jock Hobbs does. Or even you think of great players like Fergus Slattery, and Rob Lowe would have been an ideal open side. I must say, I used to love playing open side.
You knew how to cut the corners, Chick, I bet.
That's right. Now Skalknordia to carry on. And he'll want to find touch here. And he has. Carlos thinking of a quick throw-in as the touch judge, Mr. Freek Berger, Cup Western Province referee on the far side. Val Bartman, number 6, Jannie Brett, number 8, Keith Andrews for Western Province, the left, number 3, Dion Lotter, number 7, Ted Small, number 8. Out in the sunshine, Cockerell throwing in. Good work there by Neil Hugo, former Boerland player. Going in is Lotter. Back it comes to split Hockey van Heerden. And picked up by Chris Smith again. Hugo van As with it, given to Jannie Brett. John Robbie with it now. Out to Dries Maritz. That's a good little kick ahead, being chased by Kirkham, but Karel du Plessis is there. And good little bit of thinking there, giving it to Carlos Scholz. And a good kick by Carlos Scholz, but it's not going to find touch. Long chase back for Jannie Tiet. Challenged by Dion Lotter. And he's made sure of his touch.
There's a very nice bit of rugby there between Karel du Plessis and Carlos Scholz. Real sharp thinking, and managed to gain another 25 metres.
Well, I think it's the advantage of experience playing together for so long. And Western Province are going to get this one, I think. Will Nevo coming round to help. Freddie Ferreira knocked it forward. The referee waiting for advantage as the ball is in the hands of Labuschagne and weeded on by Jan Venter. And it's Barabbas, and good work by Province, stealing it away there. And Chris Smith, not a bad up and under. Jannie Tiet is under it. Hockey van Heerden is there. Well done to Jannie Brett. Into the hands of Clark Ellis. And Ellis has Tion Strauss with him. Decides a cross kick. Scott Nobier is there. And good counter-attack by Transvaal. Hempers Rademeyer out on the right there to Dries Maritz. And he has Hempers Rademeyer inside him. And what will the referee say? Still there and intercepted. Well intercepted there by Province as Andries Ferrier was there.
It was Hockey van Heerden that picked up the intercept.
Hockey van Heerden. There he is, the big man. Comes from a farm about 100 kilometres outside Bloemfontein. Went to Grey College. And he's a great team man, is Hockey van Heerden. And looks, some of those spectators look a little bit worried, perhaps. And the hold up for injury. Not sure who it is. Will it be Tion Strauss again? Here it is again.
This came from a forward cross kick from Clark Ellis. We have Hempers Rademeyer, a nice pass from Hugo van As. And Dries Maritz down the touchline. Did well, and then surged again from Gert Smal, who just managed to get him. Good little pass inside to Hempers Rademeyer, and he very nearly stayed on his feet. Then only an intercept there saved the try. Very good save by Hockey van Heerden, but a lovely counter-attack from Transvaal. Lovely rugby.
And it'll be interesting to see whether the referee judge that has carried over. I don't know whether Hockey van Heerden took it in the field of play or over the try line, but we'll see in a moment.
Might well have blown earlier for a possible forward pass. I thought the one pass between Rademeyer and Maritz might have gone forward. Well, that's Transvaal's ball. He must have ruled it carried over.
Yes, carried over, and the referee invoking that law that says the players may not go down until the ball is available to the scrum half. And Transvaal getting shoved here. Picked up by Val Bartman on the far side. And the referee has said that Western Province ball. Province were certainly going forward. We've had 12 minutes in the second half. Still the score, 9 to Transvaal, 7 to Western Province. And Western Province defending, but it is their ball. Important one for William Cockerell. Came on in place of Sean Povey. He went off injured. Freddie Ferreira. And a good kick by Freddie Ferreira, making certain, taking over his forwards' heads there. Well shielded by his loose forwards.
Tion Strauss having trouble with his boots. It's the second time his boots come off in the game. We can't afford that at this level.
And our two-man line-out. Hardenhorst and Jannie Brett put straight into the hands of Freddie Ferreira at the back. That was... What's the referee going to say? The referee is just indicating to the touch judge that it went off a hand, and so it will be a Transvaal ball, kicked by Freddie Ferreira. Or was it Western Province ball, so it went off a Transvaal hand. Transvaal trying to charge the kick down. So Province ball. And Province seem to be getting slightly on top in the lineouts, especially when it's their own throw-in. from the line-out. John Robbie, very good bit of clearing. Van As and Maritz just recovering. Jannie Tiet in the line. And Carlos Scholz, tackle boundaries for Currie. Good work by Dion Lotter. And Jorge van Heerden, but out on the full.
Cockle has done very well in the loose whilst he's been on the field. He's got good hands. He's picked up a few balls. He's a nice ball player, Cockle.
Yes, he did well there to transfer it down the line. Chris Rogers. John Robbie deciding where he wants the ball to go. Doing the line-out signs. And over the head of Jannie Britten, the hands of Strauss. Strauss to Chris Smith, and Chris Smith in a gap here. And that's Skalkberger. Skalkberger. Kirkham to tackle him, and Neil Hugo taking it from him. Province on the drive, and a penalty for playing the ball on the ground. A penalty against Leon Kirkham, and here's a chance for Western Province to take the lead. Penalty has been given about 7 meters in from touch, and a very kickable position. That was a bad mistake by Transvaal. It was their throw in. They wanted to go to Jannie Breed, but it went over the back of his head and taken by Tian Strauss with his feet on the ground, and he started the movement. And good work by Chris Smith going into a gap, and Skalkberger. And Province, that was one of their better movements there.
Yes, better move. It must worry Transvaal that they leave that big gap there once, because the loose forwards are so involved. They're expecting Jannie Breed to take the ball, and when he doesn't, they're very, very exposed on the fence there.
And it's very interesting here. We've had a third kicker called up. That's Clark Ellis taking this one. We had Carlos Scholz first of all, then Chris Smith had one penalty, and he got it over. And Clark Ellis is a right-footed kicker. So it's interesting thinking by Carlo Duplessis, the captain, and changing his kickers. As he said earlier on, handsome is as handsome does, and Clark Ellis will be concentrating all his worth. And it's a beautiful kick. Yes. All the way, and Province take the lead for the first time in this match. Clark Ellis.
Yes, I think the thinking behind Clark Ellis taking that kick, it appears that Chris Smith has hurt his leg, where he would normally take a kick on the right-hand side of the field, which is much more comfortable for a left footer, which Chris Smith is. But it appears, I see him rubbing his leg, it looks as if he might have a little muscle strain.
And Kirkham hasn't kicked the ball 10 meters, but it's been played first by Western Province, by Skalkberger, so play goes on. Good possession, under Jorge van Heerden, driving it down the field. Awkward bouncing ball for Hempers Rademacher, but he did well to get his kick in. So Western Province leading 10 points to 9. They're leading by 2 penalties and a try to a goal and a penalty by Transvaal. Still anybody's game. 1 point in it. Each side has scored 1 try. William Cockerell throw in. Deep one to Gert Small. And taken by Jannie Breed. Off the ground. Line side by John Robbie. And a good rolling kick by Robbie. Carlos Scholz from a narrow angle. Hasn't found touch. Found Hempers Rademacher into Jannie Tiet. This line out's about almost on the Western Province 10-meter line.
Really fine kick from Jannie Tiet.
Yes, he's a very experienced player. Been playing good club rugby for many years, and really coming into his own this season. Neil Hugo again, making it cleanly. Freddie Ferreira, Jorge van Heerden now, and up and under Kirkham. And Jannie Tiet is there. Did it come off his shoulder, or referee waiting for advantage? Tian Strauss helping Jorge van Heerden. And second place to Western Province. Carlo Duplessis, he's got Scholz outside him. And it's hit over now, he's charged it down. Cover defense may catch him. Freddie Ferreira is chasing him. Good covering by Freddie Ferreira. Ball still in play and picked out eventually by Papa Knutzer. Oh, and we've got a little fight going on between Skalkberger and Val Barkman. And coming in to say, take it easy, is the peacemaker, Jan Venter, Barabas Venter, number 1. But Skalkberger and Val Barkman really, here it is again.
There's the little chip down. I think that Steve Stradham had almost stopped the players there, allowing advantage, and the advantage actually went against Province. I think Province were a little surprised he allowed it to go on, but Hugo Vanace does very well here, and so does Freddie Ferreira. Very, very good tackle.
Ball still in play.
And Cockrell intercepted. Yeah.
Cockrell. Well, that was the first bit of untoward stuff. A pity. Skalkberger and Carl Barmer, two great players. Skalkberger, charismatic and controversial. Carl Barton, the young man with a law degree, he's swatting for his LLB. Doesn't mean what my friends in Viljoenskroon think, loan from the Land Bank. But two great players, and they've done so well for South Africa all the season. Carl Barton, the youngest forward in the Transvaal side. So with a great shoot. There is number 6. And number 4 over there, Skalkberger, who has had some very good catches in the line-out. There are the statistics, even in the line-out and the rucks. Well, nothing could be closer than this. 10 points to 9. And we've had nearly 19 minutes here in the second half of this match. And the referee, I think, has said it was knocked forward in the line-out and then a scrum. 10 points to 9. Beautiful, warm, sunny day. I believe it's raining elsewhere in the country and pretty cold, but here it's estimated to be about 30 degrees centigrade. As Freddie Ferreira is going to put this ball in about 12 meters from his own line. And could this be a sign of things to come? The front rows are getting untidy. Is the power of Transvaal in the front row just beginning to tell? Just over 20 minutes to go. And Freddie Ferreira back to Kallaskolz. Gets the attention to Valbarton, but does well. Doesn't find touch though. Here's Jannie Tiet. He's going to try a drop goal, and it hasn't got the legs. Kallaskolz in front of his own post. Plenty of time, and he has made certain that it's gone out. So that is the situation. Transvaal were leading 9 points to 7 at half-time, and then that penalty by Clark Ellis made it 10 points to Western Province, 9 to Transvaal. Anybody's game, another 20 minutes to go. And to tell you all about it, Christo Olivier en Tiny Newlands.
Ja, dit gaan 'n naal by 20 minute wees. Daar's 'n enkele puntjie verskil. En dit is Chris Rogers wat ingooi. Jannie Breed. Bal Bartman. Westelike provinsie se Tian Strauss wat daarby kom. Maar dan was die oortreding reeds daar. Nee, dit gaan hierdie laaste klompie minute 19 vir hulle wat oorbly. Gaan absoluut die alles vat van hierdie 15-30 rugby spelers. Enige iemand kan nog hierdie wedstryd wen. Freddie Ferreira van sy team is op 'n lyn af. Karel de Plessis onder die bal, Rademeier onder die bal. Rademeier kry dit, Karel de Plessis by hom. Weselike provinsie, die vorder tot die binne kan die halfgebied van Transvaal.
Ja, en die span wat die minste foute maak in hierdie laaste 20 minute gaan hierdie Currie beker ontvang hier aan die einde van hierdie wedstryd.
Die WP bal. Cockrell goed gespring deur Dion Lotter vir die Weselike provinsie wat hierdie bal soek. Freddie Ferreira na Chris Smit. Goggie van Jarden. Gogga Knoetse. Kallaskolz wat nie kan raak vat nie. Clark Ellis wat agterna sit, maar vir die hanteerfout deur Skolz se vaste skrum.
Weselike provinsie wat gevaarlik lyk elke keer wanneer die bal in die agterlyn afgestuur word, maar die afronding ontbreek.
WP wat vir 'n groot deel van hierdie wedstryd eintlik naby aan die skrums probeer deurkom het hierdie keer om bietjie gerek het. Ongelukkig die hanteerfoute deur Skolz. Opgetel deur Tian Strauss. Gert Smal. Hy word ondersteun. Transvaal se verdediging die hou. Wal Bartman daar om te keer. Freddie Ferreira wat verder wil voer. Bartman nog steeds daar. Hy speel 'n reuse wedstryd. Strauss is op sy rug. Daar word wild ingeklim. En dan is dit die Weselike provinsie wat oor die bal gaan. 'n Strafskop aan Transvaal. Alle een van die Transvaalers.
Dis Chris Rogers wat daar hout in die kop gekry het. Ek het gedacht dat Wal Bartman die bal daar op die grond gespeel het voordat die skeieregter die strafskop aan Transvaal toegeken het vir oor die bal val.
Kom ons kyk net, dis Bartman wat daar optel. Strauss wat soos 'n valk op hom toesak. Freddie Ferreira wat daar wil deurkom. Bal wat losspat. En dan as die manne daar op die bal val, kom hulle weer met hom daar uit. Rogers lyk dit vir my wat daar omgedop word. Weselike provinsie wat daar oor die bal gaan. En dit is Chris Rogers. Nou ja, dit is ook Sean Povey, die haker van die Weselike provinsie wat vroeër af is. Nou Transvaal se haker Chris Rogers. En intussen van die strafskop voort, Skalk nou weer wat het gaan benut. En hy sal graag verligting vir Transvaal wil bring, want dit is die Weselike provinsie wat die afgelope klompie minute of wat met mening aanval. Cockrell in die eerste helft reeds vir Povey vervang het wat ingooi. Skalkburger wat begin dryf. Die WP-masjien wat maal, gaan hulle dit kry? Ja, Freddy Ferreira na Chris Smit. Dus hoekvlag toe. Jannie T, wat net nie daar kan kom nie. Kry hom nou in die hande. Goggie van Heerden het baie goed opgevolg. T die swai, of in die swai beweging kry om met die voet, linkervoet uit aan die oorkant van die veld. Maar die Weselike provinsie het veld. Dis Jannie T wat daar terugstap.
En die Weselike provinsie se pak voorspelers baie beter wanneer hulle nou hierdie drywe begin van die lyn staan.
Karel Du Plessis, daar sê hy so ietsie vir Vavaknoetse. Cockrell wat moet ingooi. Dis hier agter Val Bartman wat teruggee, Robbie na Nudee. Cockrell en Ferreira wat deurkom, maar Nudee koel en kalm, maar is nie uit nie. Karel Du Plessis. Hier kom hy na die daskant toe. Bietjie ver, dalk 'n bietjie doelloos, maar hy kry tog vir T binnekant sy kwartgebied as hy uitskop. Jan en weer die spel. Transvaal se verdediging wat hou. WP wat probeer aanval, gooi hom rond, skop hoog. Skalk Nudee. Konsentrasie duidelik op die gesig te lees. Robbie wat het wegkry na Skalk Nudee. Hy soek die gaping. Chris Smit op sy rug. Wat moet sy ook daar. Transvaal se voorspelers wat kop insteek. Kallas Kols wat hom in die hande kry. Ook vir Baartman. Neil Hugo. Na die diskant toe. Clark Ellis. En die vletjie blaas. Stryd om wat gewag het vir voordeel. Dan sien hulle nie van kom nie.
En as 'n man kyk hoe die manne na daardie skram toe aanstap, dan kan jy sien dat hierdie Currie-beker instryd begin tel op hulle.
Daar is toen 'n geweldige tempo gespeel, veral voor is daar 'n reuse stryd aan die gang. En dit is warm hier in die Kaap. Son, vroeër in die dag, 'n paar wolkies geweest wat hom nogal so bietjie weggekeer het, bietjie gefilter het, maar nou is die wolkies besig om weg te skuif en dit is bitter warm, die sonnetjie bak. En dit is Chris Smit. Vavaknoetse probeer vir Goggie van Heerden kry daar aan die oorkant, maar weer eens is die manne 'n bietjie op mekaar, die Transvaalse verdediging ook daar. Ek moet sê dat tot dusver is dit die Transvaalers wat agterlangs vir WP baie goed vashou.
Ja, en ek dink ook die Weselike provinsie se manne maak dit maklik vir Transvaal se agterlyn want hulle beweeg te skuins. Ek dink is tyd dat een van hierdie twee senters weer 'n slag reguit sny en die lyn bietjie reguit maak.
Robbie wat al 'n waardevolle rol vanmiddag vir sy span hier vervul het uit na Skalk Nudee beproef. Weereens vir Kallas Kols. Wag dit in, Van As is by hom. Slinger dit agtertoe na Dion Lotter. Twee Transvaalers die weer op WP ondersteuning nie onmiddellik by nie. Freddy Ferreira uit na Chris Smit. Hulle kan aanval. Goggie van Heerden besluit om nie te laat loop nie. Jannie Tiet, altyd daar, sy posisionele spel baie goed. Trap vas binnekant sy kwartgebied, maar hy vind vir Kallas Kols op die middellyn. Kan hy nou aanval? Skalk Nudee sit hom agterna. Binnekant toe Goggie van Heerden wat dit nie in die hande kan kry nie. Tiet uit na Hempas Rademeier, na 'n alomteenwoordige Jannie Breed. Hy's binnekant sy kwartgebied as hy net die diskant toe skop. Hier's niemand om toe te maak hier agter nie. Clark Ellis wat moet terugval. Jannie Breed wat self baie vinnig deurkom. Ellis wat hom ontwyk en dan na Karel Du Plessis. Feitelik op sy kwartlyn kry hy hom, kom daar om Hugo van As na die oorkant toe in die hande van Tian Strauss. Hy's op die 10-tree stippellyn na Karel Du Plessis, na Goggie van Heerden. Dit was vorentoe. Die bal word vorentoe geskop. Skitterende hardloopwerk deur die Weselike provinsie. En dit begin hier op hulle kwartlyn. Clark Ellis wat hier teruggedraf kom. Hy is die kerel wat dit begin het. baie goed verder gevoer deur Karel Du Plessis. En Tiaan Strauss, daar kry Ellis die bal in die hande, net buitekant sy kwartlyn. Dan uit na Karel Du Plessis. Hy besluit om te hardloop. Kry sy gaping op sy man Hugo van As daar geklop aan die buitekant, stuur vir Tiaan Strauss weg. Strauss met daardie skitterende loopie langs die kant en af binne toe na Karel Du Plessis. En dan as hy neergetrek word, kry hy hom net nie goed genoeg weg na Goggie van Heerden nie. Dis iets wat vorentoe. En intussen is dit John Robbie wat bly sit.
Ja, na daardie beweging van Karel Du Plessis is dit geen wonder dat hy as een van die bestes in die wêreld beskou word nie. 'n Pragtige swenk. Ons kan dit nou sien van vooraf. Daar is Clark Ellis en stuur vir Karel. Kom ons hou hom nou dop wanneer hy vir Rademeier klop aan die buitekant. Daardie vaartversnelling vir hom en 'n pragtige aangee daarna Tiaan Strauss. Terug na Karel Du Plessis en dan gaan die aangee verlore na Goggie van Heerden.
Strauss wat hom so à la Jan Ellis Tiny met die een hand raak vat. Maar is Transvaal se ingooi. Kwartlyn van Transvaal daar by die voete van Janie Breed. Robbie wat dit kry, baie haastig moet skoonmaak. So 'n paar tree veld wen.
En die Wes-Provinsie pak voorspelers wat nou die Transvaalers begin terugdruk wanneer dit Transvaal se bal is. Nou dit kan miskien ook 'n teken wees dat die tempo begin tel op die pak van Transvaal en ook die feit dat Wes-Provinsie die bal meer lig gee as Transvaal.
Hier agter Andries Fourie na Waal Baartman. Skalk Burger wat daar voetbal gooi vir WP wat die losbal soek. WP se ingooi, hulle het vorentoe beweeg. Nee, stryd hom in sy 6de eindstryd, sy 116de eerste rangse wedstryd wat die teken baie duidelik gee. Freddy Ferreira, goeie platform, Gert Smal. Word baie goed vasgevat deur die Transvaalers. Andries Fourie, tweede fase is afgedwing, kan hulle die losbel wen. Keith Andrews en nommer 3 baie duidelik sigbaar, maar is Transvaal se Robbie wat hom wegkry na Skalk Toedee. En hy gaan met daar 'n reuse skoppe van hom verligting bring. En meneer Freek Burger aan die oorkant moet ver hardloop.
Ek wil nou nie voorspellings waag nie, maar in 'n eindstryd soos hierdie, die span wat in die volgende paar minute die punte gaan aanteken, dink ek gaan die span wees wat die Currie-beker vanaand op hulle tafel gaan sit.
As jy mens so kyk na die elektroniese telbord aan die oorkant, 9 minute speeltyd wat oorbly. En dit is Cockrell. Voorgestuur deur Skalk Burger, Freddy Ferreira, Chris Smit, Goggie van Heerden. Dis weer 'n hoë op Janie Tiet. Lutse wat baie vinnig deurkom. Tiet is in posisie. Hier na die diskant toe waar niemand is nie. Nee, dis direk uit, ongelukkig vir hom. Maar ek moet sê, Janie Tiet se posisionele spel is uitstekend.
Hy het nog nie een voet verkeerd gesit vandag nie. Ek moet sê, saam met Janie Tiet, moet ons die naam noem van Janie Breed, die 8ste man en kaptein van Transvaal wat 'n reuse wedstryd speel.
John Robbie wat die sweet afvee. Neil Hugo wat oorstuur, Gert Smal wat op agter in die hande kry, Dion Motter wat baie goed ondersteun. Jan Strauss en nommer 6 is duidelik. Freddy Ferreira soek hom en hy kry hom. Chris Smit na Goggie van Heerden. Dis bedoel vir Karel Du Plessis, of is Janie Tiet weer daar? Tiet kry voet by en hy red nog 'n keer vir Transvaal. Wat 'n gevaarlike skoppie kon wees.
En in die laaste 5 na 10 minute toe is dit die Wes-Provinsie wat die druk toepas op Transvaal, maar deurkant is daar net nie die verdediging, veral van Dries Marits en Hugo van As baie goed hier in die middelveld.
Steeds te veel losie voort. Tyd word minder. Transvaal se Robbie kry dit, as Skalk Toedee. En hier kom weer een van daardie langes en hy verlig die druk. Geweldige druk wat verlig word hier met daardie skop van Skalk Toedee. Verplaasspel van binnekant sy kwartgebied. Tot daar buitekant die kwartlyn van die Weselike provinsie. Jy sien dat Transvaal voor is in die lyn staan. WP, die bordjies nou verhang in die loskrams, hulle is voor. En daar is ook dan 3 keer meer strafskoppe, of 3 strafskoppe meer aan WP toe geken as aan Transvaal. Neil Hugo wat baie goeie werk vir die WP voor die lyn staan doen. En die skoon wegkry nie. Nou uit daar na Chris Smit. Sy dit kry daar van Cockrell af. En hy skop die bal uit in die oorkant.
Vanaf die lynstaande is heel wat gewen deur Transvaal wanneer dit Wes-Provinsie se ingooi was. Cockrell en natuurlik die haker wat ingekom het in die plek van Sean Povey.
Hierdie kortlyn taktiek van Transvaal. Bal Baartman wat grond toe gesweer word deur Freddy Ferreira. WP wat die losbal soek. Alles is puur verniet. Deurfout reeds daar en is die WP se ingooi. Dis van Knoetse, Karel wat die mooi 3 vir die WP gedruk het. Daardie 2-3, die enigste 2 in die wedstryd, baie vroeg gewees. Tommy Skalknodee slinger rondetjie weg daarna en pas Rademeier toe. Hy tel die rollende bal goed op. En dis 'n uitstekende skop van hom. Een wat net binne kan die speelveld grondvat. En Transvaal is op die aanval. Rademeier wat hier teruggedraf kom, hy het 'n rollende bal goed opgetel. Dit was 'n netjies beoordeelde skoppie van hom. Eintlik 'n heel agter, een van 6 manne in hierdie wedstryd wat heel agter gespeel het. Kan speel, nog steeds speel. Transvaal wat 2 heel agters op die vleuel het, Kirkham en Rademeier, maar nou is ons aandag daar by die lyn staan. Dion Lotter, pragtige rank. Freddy Ferreira uit na Kalaskols. En dan kan sy doelgebied met baie haastig skoonmaak en die druk is verlig.
Baie gevaarlike beweging wat deze provinsie daar probeer het deur die bal diep te gooi na Dion Lotter. Sering daar in Skalkburger se neus. Net so links van die lyn staan sien ons hulle.
Ons het nog baie min werklik gesien dat die bal langs die agterlyn afkom tot by die vleuels, nee.
Ja, natuurlik dit is 'n tendens in eindstryde waar jy so min as moontlik foute moet maak.
As geskommel in die lyn staan, Janie Breed wat oorstuur. Baartman is daar om vas te vat. Robbie na Skalknodee, kom 'n skepskop poging van hom wat nie daar gaan wees nie. Kalaskols wat 'n bietjie rondpas en moet doordruk. En dan moet ingeskop word van die kwartlyn af. Ek dink nie Kalaskols is heeltemal tevrede met sy spel vandag nie. Bietjie gesukkel met sy stelskoppe. Bietjie rondgepas hier en daar na balle. Dis 'n goeie skepskop of inskop wat sy voorspelers geleentheid gee om daar te kom. WP wat effens vorder daar met die losgemaal, maar meneer Strydom nie tevrede nie. Een enkele puntjie verskil, 4 minute amptelike speeltyd wat oorbly. Dis 4 belangrike minute hierdie. Elke geleentheid wat 'n span nou kry moet benut word.
Ja, ek kan sien die wedstryd begin nou tel op die manne die voorrye begin met mekaar praat. Sien daar Victoria Buys van die Wes-provinsie voorrye slaan met die kop.
Robbie wat vir hom wag agter. Skram wat goed beheer word. Dis een vir hom pas Rademeier. Onder hom is Kalaskols en Karel Du Plessis en die kom Karel Du Plessis. Onder groot druk gaan dit uitwees aan die oorkant. Nee, die Transvaalers is daar. Chris Rogers wat het so bietjie verbrou is het voor hom die span af van sy hand af. Maar waar dit die Westelike provinsie is wat so 5 minute of wat redelik naand op die aanval was, is dit Transvaal wat nou hier in hulle kwartgebied en die WP kwartgebied die afgelope minuut of 2-3 is. Die Westelike provinsie is Freddy Ferreira wat kan ingooi. Bal Baartman het vir hom baie pla, die bal skil binnekant toe, Rademeier is onder hom. Hy gaan sy manne aan kant probeer plaas, Kalaskols die wag hom in, met 'n skoonvang. WP manne wat broek optrek, koppe die hang, Transvaalers die staan so 'n bietjie kop onderste bo. En 'n Skols wat die skoonvang moet benut oor kantste kantlyn toe.
Sekerlik die spannendste eindstryd in jare met slegs 1 punt verskil en omtrent 2 minute om te gaan.
Lyk of daar 'n probleem daar tussen die toeskouers is. Noodhulp mense wat daar by is. Maar kom ons vestig die aandag weer hier op die lyn staan. Janie Breed wat weer hoog spring. Robbie na Skalknudee, na Dries Marits. Transvaal wat aanval. Hugo van Assen is Hempas Rademeier loop in die lagvatte in van 2 manne. Een van hulle is Gert Smal. En as die bal vorentoe spat, het ons 'n vaste skram. Min kere gewaarig dat ons die Transvaalse agterlyn so sien hardloop het. Freddy Ferreira weer daar deurkom na Chris Smit. Na Goggie van Heerden is op die middenlyn. Hier's groot gevaar vir Transvaal. Goggie van Heerden hardloop nog steeds op die kwartlyn. Hy gaan nog steeds deur Goggie van Heerden en hy moet hom kry. En die Newlands skare se uitbundigheid ken geen perke nie en is Goggie van Heerden wat teruggedraf kom. En so dit begin. Freddy Ferreira wat daar deurkom, die oppositie trek en vir Chris Smit gee. Hy stuur vir Goggie van Heerden weg op daardie loopie. Hy het vir Karel Du Plessis aan sy buitekant. U sien hoe dat hy swaai en swaai Kirkham wat probeer bykom. Hy slaag nie daarin nie en van Heerden rond af op 'n aanskoulike manier.
Daar sien ons het van 'n ander hoek af, Freddy Ferreira. Ons gaan sien hoe hy vir Robbie klop hier aan die binnekant. Pragtig daardeur op die regte tyd uit na Chris Smit wat vir Goggie van Heerden wegstuur. Ons kan nou aan die linkerkant van die skerm dophou waar Kirkham sal oorkom om vir Van Heerden te probeer afsny. Karel Du Plessis aan die buitekant. Dit wat vir Karel Du Plessis en Van Heerden en sien vir Kirkham inkom. Nie heeltemal suksesvol nie en Goggie van Heerden wat dan daar die pragtige beweging afrond met daardie mooi duikslag om sy 3 aan te teken.
Clark Ellis wat gaan kyk of hy 2 punte kan byvoeg. Tref goed, die hoogte is daar, die lengte is daar. En die skare vertel die verhaal. 16-9 speeltyd verstreke, dis net beseringstyd wat oorbly. Die Newlands skare se uitbundigheid en vreugde ken geen parke nie. Leon Kirkham wat afskop vir Transvaal word ingewag deur Skalkburger aan die oorkant. Transvaal se Janie Breed daar in die hande van Hugo van As. Transvaal wat nog steeds vorder, Weselike provinsie wat moet bal gooi. Andries Currie wat baie hard werk. Ja, dis net beseringstyd wat oorbly. Dit is 7 punte verskil. As daar ingegooi word by die lyn staan, Freddy Ferreira dit wegkry na Chris Smit. En met Chris Rogers by hom onder baie groot druk, baie haastig wil skoonmaak en dit effektief doen. Ja, die skare hier en daar moeilik om in toom te hou. Hulle het reeds oor van die reëlings gespring as daar ingegooi word. Transvaal se Robbie wat nie goed kan optel nie. Dion Lotter wat pragtig optel vorentoe dryf. Die WP voorspelers ondersteun Freddy Ferreira dat dit wegkry. Bal Baartman is op sy rug, maar hy was ontkant. En dis 'n strafskop aan die Weselike provinsie. Alles goals vir die skop van Benut. Maak geen fout nie. Lyn staan aan die oorkant van die veld. Dis die teamtreste belyn van Transvaal hier op die voorgrond. Waar Chris Rogers moet ingooi. Kakkerel wat ook nog daarvoor dinge beduie. Oorgestuur na Skalknudee. In die leë kassie, hy's onder hom. Freddy Ferreira kom dek pragtig. Kry dit weg hier na die hande van Goggie van Heerden en die hande van Kalaskols. Hy verklak alles langsom en hy stuur hom weg met dit en pas Rademeier voor na die binnekant toe. Dan Goggie van Heerden, hier kom sy tweede draai en hy gaan hom afrond. Dis die wedstryd van Goggie van Heerden. Maar ek moet daarom sê dat daar was 'n skitterende loopie gewees nou ook hier. Hierdie WP agterspelers, onder andere Clark Ellis. En seker, nou ja, daarom nie die helfte nie, maar 'n groot deel van hierdie Newlandse skare is nou op die veld. Hier kom dit weer. Jy sien hoe dat Freddy Ferreira daardie skoppie van Skalknodee wat in die leekassie bedoel was in die hande kry. Dan gee hy vir Goggie van Heerden. Hy na Callas Skols. Skols sien vir 10 trek die oppositie. Stuur vir Clark Ellis weg. En Ellis op die regte oomblik gooi hy 'n lang aangee waar Goggie van Heerden deur geen Transvaaler gemerk word nie. En hy rond af met wat rond is skitterende wedstryd is. Clark Ellis met die doelskop, nog 2 punte by. Mense storm op die veld, maar dit is nog steeds nie die einde nie. 22-9 en wie sou nou gesê het 'n minuut gelede, nou ja, 2-3 minute gelede dat ons so punte verskil sal sien. 22-9 nadat dit feitelik die hele tweede helfte net 1 punt verskil was.
Nou ja, dit is
Clark Ellis, ekskuus tog Towin. Dis Clark Ellis, die man met die skopskoen wat vanmiddag nog geen fout gemaak het nie.
En met daai wedstryd is hierdie is dit normaalweg wat gebeur.
En dan die einde van hierdie wedstryd wat aanbreek, net die oomblik as die Transvaalers wil afskop en die Currie beker bly in Kaapstad. Die Weselike provinsie wen met 22 punte teenoor 9 en voorlopig van Newlands terug na Johannesburg.